Okay, so this is going to be a guide on how to play any percent with patch swapping in OMORI. Um, yeah, first I'll show you how to actually set up the patch swapping. What you want to do is make an OMORI folder, like a main folder, and then download the versions that you need from Steam. So it's 1.0 and 1.6 and 1.8. These can be downloaded, from the betas tab and stuff. So download those individually and copy them over to this folder and rename them. And then what you want to do in each of these folders, put a batch file. It has this in it. All of them in each folder are the same. And what this basically does is tricks Steam into thinking that this folder that you're in, like for example, this is 1.8 version, is actually here. So you can even see Windows Explorer knows that this is actually a shortcut to this folder, but Steam does not know that. So yeah, and whenever you want to run a different version of OMORI, what you basically do is run this batch file, and it will basically link this OMORI folder and the Steam folder to here to your correct folder that you have in this folder basically. So what I've done is put the three batch files that are in those three folders onto my desktop, and they all will launch the correct version of OMORI. So yeah, that's how to set that up. Then you'll also want to link the save files together in these three folders. You do it basically the same way. So you have your main save files folder, which I have also put in this folder. And then what you want to do is also put a batch file in here. This one looks pretty similar, and it uses the same principle. You'll want to modify this path to each of your OMORI folders and then the www folder in it. Yeah, and basically what this will do is make this save folder in all three of these OMORI folders. They will all then actually point to this folder. So that means you can share saves between versions. Yeah. I've also experimented with doing this with the mods folder, but that doesn't seem to work all that well. So I'll set up the mods individually. Yeah. And then the next part, I will basically go over the run as it is currently and show what is basically different from any percent. I won't be like going through the whole run. Yeah. So basically the start is the same. First, you want to start on version 1.0.8 so that you can name yourself. Let's go to the spot here. You want to name yourself \com and then 9 in square brackets. This basically activates the tag menu whenever the game reads Sunny's name. So yeah. Yeah, the rest of this is normal. Okay, in Vast Forest, you don't need to pick up the jacks. You also only need to pick up I think this is life gem. Yes. You also only need to pick up the life gem here. And over here, you don't actually need to get the B key. You just need to walk into this room and then just walk right back out. And then walk back and go past the Pluto station over here and walk into this room on the right. And now you'll get this cutscene, which means you have completed Vast Forest. And then you want to get I think this is the dandelion. Yeah, you want to get the dandelion. And that's all for Vast Forest. The rest continues like any percent. yeah, here you obviously only have 2 or 3 items if you have tofu to sell. Just sell them and buy 8 rubber bands as usual. Yeah, the rest of this is just like an any percent. Junkyard is identical. Oh, actually, a junkyard is not identical. You can skip the Jackson here. Yeah. So yeah, the rest is identical though. Run to the Pluto cutscene. And then the wrong warps, you don't have to do them exactly like an 8% because you don't actually need to keep the Firefly picnic active. So this part in Otherworld is the same. Then at Firefly Forest, what you want to do is go to this spot, tag step, activate the mailbox, quit out of it, and then tag step the cutscene again, and then go to the Pluto station. Because you also don't need to eat the Mari cutscene for later. Yeah. Then, as usual, go to Last Resort, eat these cutscenes with a picnic, and yeah, then inside Last Resort, you only need to get the rotten milk. You don't need the P key, I think it is. Yeah. And then once you get out of Last Resort, you want to go over here and save. Save in slot 1. And I don't think it actually really matters that much, but yeah. Yeah. And then it can be a little tricky to get out of here with enough text boxes left, because you have to take the detour to save. But if you mess it up, you just made the save file, so you can try again from there. If you accidentally soft lock or something. Yeah, then you want to go to Firefly Forest with Pluto instead of to Otherworld. And now the goal is just to beat Sweetheart as fast as possible. So yeah, this is all normal stuff. And then here, after you've turned on the lights, you want to save to a different save file. I think I saved to file 2? Yeah. You want to save in Sprout Mole Village. And then watch this very long cutscene. And then, once you're in the dungeon, go down here and save to a different slot again. And then what you're going to want to do is save warp from this dungeon file to the Sprout Mole Village file, which is what's called, I guess, Castle Skip plus plus or something. Yeah, it skips the castle. Oops, I skipped a bit. So yeah, you want to die to this guy. For some reason, fleeing him does actually crashes the game when you try to do the save warp, so you actually want to die to him. Yeah. So yeah, you die and load file 2. Then go to like the edge of this room and do the save warp, so kill everybody with rotten milk. And then you will run from the enemy. And the reason you went to the edge of the room here is because this will end up with a black screen after you close the menu here. So you can just enter and re-enter the room to fix that. And then just save to slot 2. You overwrite that save file, that's okay. And then switch to version 1.0.6 because now, once the game loads. Oh, also make sure you turn text skip back on. Sometimes it gets turned off if you load 1.0. I don't know when exactly it gets turned off and when it doesn't. It seems kind of random. Yeah. Anyways, once you enter here, the Sweetheart boss cutscene will start, so beat Sweetheart as normal. And then afterwards, you want to go to Space Boyfriend and beat him. I mess up in this run and accidentally miss King Crawler skip. Don't do that. Oh, also, this cutscene, the Mario cutscene, is still here because we skipped it earlier. You want to skip it again. Like that. So yeah, then go beat Space Boyfriend like normal. And then go wake up in the barn as normal. And then you want to say yes to Kel here to exit the house. And here I actually mess up as well. What you want to do after this cutscene ends with Kel is interact with a door, which will say Sonny's name, which is COM9, which activates the tagging. And then you want to actually tag Kel. I forgot to do it here, so yeah. Then you want to go over to hobbies and do the normal stuff that you do here. Yeah, don't fight Jackson. I was trying to figure out why my tagging wasn't working and basically tried everything to turn on the tag menu. Yeah, eventually I figured out that you have to talk to the door to enable the tagging, which I do here. And now, as you can see, you can tag Kel. So that's what you want to do. That gives you your whole party back, which allows you to do this cutscene, which is normally only available on day 1, on day 3. Yeah, so this is all normal secret ending stuff. Do the pictures. Don't do them as slow as I did. Yeah. Then it continues to be normal. You talk to Polly over here at Basil's house, and then you head over to your own house. And here you want to save in front of your house, like so. You can overwrite save files too there, it's fine. And then you want to save warp from this file to Last Resort in order to get rotten milk into your real world inventory. So yeah, what you want to do is go to hobbies and fight Jackson. So you can just flee from him, it's fine. And then load the Last Resort save file. You will be in picnic state here. So what you want to do is directly go over to the picnic cooler and hold this text box open. And then also make sure to hit yes once about 10 seconds are over. That's how long it takes to eat the whole cutscene, which avoids soft locking in the wall. Yeah. Anyways, once you've done that, head over to this exit over here and kill yourself with rotten milk. That will load the Jackson fight once you select yes. Just run away from him. I'm trying to die to him like I am almost doing here. Yeah. Anyway, then you'll have the black screen again. Enter and exit Last Resort to fix that. And then buy rotten milk from this guy. You'll actually have enough money for 5, but that's okay. And then go back down here and save and load back into 1.0.6. You can overwrite save file 1 now. You don't need it anymore. So yeah. Now you want to just take Pluto back to Vast Forest and stab yourself in white space. Oh, also enable text skip again. It got turned off here. So yeah, you go to Vast Forest, you go to white space, you stab yourself. And then once you're back here, the sliding door will be open because you activated the cutscene earlier, or you've unlocked this cutscene basically. And yeah, just do this as normal. And yeah, then you can head over to Basil's house as normal. Not as normal, this Basil cutscene from day 1 will play once you enter Basil's house for the first time or something, I guess. So just mash through it. Yeah. Right, then as usual as you would on day 3, you go to this door up here, to Basil's door, and do this cutscene. Yeah. And then go over and save. You want to do a save work now. So you can save to slot 1. I think. Yeah. Yeah, then switch to 1.0. And load. Hang on. Load. Oh yeah, load the dungeon file. You're gonna warp from the dungeon file to Basil and activate the hangout on the couch at the same time. So this time you can flee from the enemy here. I don't know why it doesn't crash here, it crashes earlier. That will be something to figure out. And here, what you want to do is press, I think it's X, and then a frame later press Z onto the cutscene, which will open the menu and start the cutscene at the same time. So I can like maybe frame advance here. Maybe. Yeah, like that. You probably just saw it. That will open the menu and interact with the couch at the same time. And then you'll know if you missed it if you press it at the same time, it won't work. You need to definitely press X before you press C. But if you enter the tag menu, then you didn't get it. So just close the menu and try again until you've pressed them not at the same time and you haven't entered the tag menu. So once you've done that, go kill yourself with the rotten milk. And that will load the Marsha fight. I think that's a Marsha. I'm not sure. And then once you close the menu, the hangout can start. So you want to make sure to start the hangout, which will do this. And then once basically that part of the cutscene has finished and this part has started, you'll actually have movement. Let me go back for a second. But you will be invisible and the screen will be black. So just hold up and tap left until you enter the next room. Yeah. So, and then you'll also be invisible, but you can kind of see where you are by where the camera is. So just go ahead and save and switch back to 1.0.6 and enable enable text skip again, like so. And yeah, then you can go over to Basil and fight him. The Basil fight will actually be very fast because you still have the stats from the dream world, which I guess are much higher than the ones in real world. So you actually just basically kill Basil in 3 turns because you do so much damage. And so right here on the 3rd turn, I think that was, you attack him and he attacks you back with the garden scissors or whatever it is. And yeah, that ends the fight. Yeah, and then the rest is exactly the same as normal secret ending, except that you don't want to get secret ending because it's slower. This is all normal. Here's the OMORI fight. And there, and once you die to OMORI after like 4 phases or whatever it is, you want to not select yes, you want to select no to get bad ending, because it's faster. So yeah, this choicer, which apparently is very slow. Here, you want to select no. That plays some cutscenes, and then you will end up in white space. Just go to the door, and then you'll end up in neighbor's room. Just head out of it, and you'll end up on the balcony roof. And here you just want to jump off here. I think timing ends once you hit the choicer. I'm not sure, but yeah. And then that's the end. Hope this I hope this is helpful, and thank you for watching.